Yo, you're a piece of garbage. Okay. Welcome to Type Kinda Well. Another episode 92 weeks straight. Never missed a week. Never, ever, 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 ever. Lark in the building. We have a special co-host, Karl Simmons. What is your thing? Trans Karl on Instagram. What is it again?
It's not that.
Oh, my bad.
It's not that.
My bad. It rhymes with it, right?
Nah, we going with Carly's Carly photo.
Yeah.
If you search me on IG, you know what I mean. I've never missed a podcast. I've been here every single week.
Good. Yeah,
never,
that's what's up.
Missed a podcast.
That's what's up. That's
you
what
I mean?
We like consistency around here.
Yeah, that's what I'm about.
And as you could tell, the fucking untalented guy that usually sits here, he's not here this week.
Yeah, and neither is that tall doofy motherfucker.
It's funny because they've never seen him.
They don't know if he's tall or not.
They don't know if he's tall or not. But he's gonna be on an episode this weekend. So
yeah, his first ever episode because there was never anything before.
Because he's never been consistent. Yeah. He's missed all 92 weeks. Yeah. You know,
I can't. I kind of want to be here for that one because if you actually listen to this podcast, he's gonna be angry for the whole time.
Yep.
And I love.
Oh, you can sit in because Mark's not gonna be here. So.
I bet.
Also, you said your Instagram, Karl E Photo.
Yeah.
Karl here is a photographer. He's actually pretty good. That's the only thing in life he's good at. Everything else he sucks.
That's true.
But I remember when you first changed your name to that, I hated that E. That E irked the fuck out of me. Made me want to block you.
There's a lot of people that hate it.
For real?
I mean, they don't hate it, but like they kind of don't get it. When people like email me, they do that, but they don't pronounce it when they meet me. But I want it to be like a gender neutral thing, so people don't know when they come through. Like it's just Carly. Like it could be.
You're saying it like Carly.
It's a branding thing, yeah.
Oh, so you kind of okay? Because I'm saying it because I know your middle name, so I'm thinking that you're saying like Karl E.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking, who the fuck are you?
Yeah,
like,
it's gender non-conforming like you.
My gender is God. But anyway, I don't know. That's my new thing now. I've been saying that for like 2
I
weeks.
hope somebody memes that and go viral for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, yo, that would be crazy.
That was some dorky shit like Exos off. That was some Exos off shit.
Yo, we'll get into Exos off type of shit. But right before we start recording, I wanted to finish the conversation. We were talking about Karl here, like myself, has been big fans of stand-up comedy for years. Let's just say that. So we always have conversations about new people we find, new people we like, blah 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 blah, things like that. So we were just talking about who we think is our personal favorites or the greatest of all time, however you want to put
this
it.
Nigga with the exposition dump, having a conversation about the conversation. I feel you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we get down on this?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're just philosophical around here. It has nothing to do with philosophy.
Yeah.
But anyway.
This whole podcast is just meta. We talk about having a conversation.
That's it. It. Oh, that would be dope.
You're just explaining the prior conversation?
Yeah, I should just come in here and just read old text messages. Just nonstop.
Yo, cut this.
That's what you said. I got old screenshots of old classic conversations. We could do that.
I got old screenshots of Will saying gay shit in the group chat.
Yo, I got screenshots. I got so many
screenshots of Will saying men greater than sign.
I didn't do that. You know, so funny in my pause folder, like it's legit like 80% Amari, which is the funniest part of it all.
You know, it's wild. In anyone else's pause folder, if they kept all the gay moments, you'd be number one. But also a lot of them things are not even that good. Y'all just are reaching. But like especially Mark loves reaching with those. Like it's just me, like I sneezed. He's like, question mark? Screenshots, like nigga, that's nothing. What are you doing? That's nothing.
That's not a thing. So anyway, but yeah, so
Louis C.K.'s the GOAT.
I think if we're going to judge those two, I think that it's even amongst those two. I think that we could just say that they're both equally. Because to me, I like to view things as buckets. Mm-hmm. Realistically, like it's like who is in the bucket of greatest. Like, and so that's like people that you can equally, for various reasons, give an argument that they belong there. So like Richard Pryor and George Carlin and.
Richard Pryor was before my time. I don't really have a whole lot of experience with Richard Pryor. I've seen all of George Carlin's stuff. I think that he's overrated.
I could tell a mile away that was coming.
And I know that it's a thing where like certain things, like it's almost like if I listen to Melly Mel and niggas was like, oh, Melly Mel is the greatest, like I'm be like, yo, shut the fuck up with that.
Yeah.
But like you got to compare him against like people doing against the time, and like he was probably that nigga during that time.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like when I stack him up, when I'm listening to that shit right now with no context, I'm like,
yeah. I mean that's just like I know.
Nigga, stop talking at me type shit.
Yo, it's so funny, like because like I talk to people about hip hop, like at my job, and they don't even know people from like the 90s, like, and they're older than me, like. They can't recite like Mobb Deep verses.
Yeah, it's like Lil Durk's hip hop list. You seen that shit?
Yeah, that shit was crazy, right? It didn't have like Gucci Mane as like number one.
Gucci, yeah, I think Gucci was top 5.
Yeah, like it was
some wild shit.
Yeah, but it's like that's, you know what I'm saying, and also it's relative to how you grew up and all these things, because Lil Durk is a street dude, so to him, if you're not talking about street shit, like I was like talking to like hood dudes, like whatever that I know, and they said they made like a joke about some music, and it was like, yo, this shit sound like some The Roots, right? Like, and I was like, oh, you mean multi-platinum selling group?
It should sound like some The Roots.
Like it was like, you that's what you're talking about, like multi-platinum selling albums, multiple. like they have like 3 that went like fucking double platinum. Like that's what you're talking about. One of the greatest groups of all time.
It was one of the best lyricists
to ever live. This is who you're talking about. But to them, like, since it's not street shit, it's automatic. So they didn't even know that was good. I was like, they sold more than anybody that you listen to.
There's also mad street shit and Roots lyrics. Like,
but it's like, or I should say, like, it's not like presented in the way that it's not pro street. It's like, it's just like, it's like, oh, this is what happened. This is what we grew up with.
Yeah. But like, no, I guess I'm about to contradict myself, because I just talked about how George Carlin is overrated. But like, if you're making like an all time list, you got to be conscious of like how things were all time. You got to, if it's just what you like, then just be like, this is my shit. This is my shit.
Yeah, this is
just what I like shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you out here
yeah, just like a guy, like I said this before on here. I got into this argument with this guy I worked with, and he was like, he was white, and he was talking about how Eminem is the greatest. And I was like, I think Eminem could be considered the greatest, but I think the reason why we both think that is 2 totally different reasons, so we're not having this conversation. Yeah. And I was like, he was like, what do you mean? I was like, I think you subconsciously are saying he's the greatest because he's white and you're white.
Yeah, you identify with him.
Yeah. And I was like, I think he's greatest because of like, I can break down these things of why I think he's one of the greatest. And he was like, yo, I know a lot about, I was like, yo, he was like, I know a lot about hip hop. Like, I was like, nah, you know who Coogee Rap is? And he was like, who?
Coogee Rap?
And the reason I use that name specifically, because like, when you know Coogee Rap, you understand why his name is Coogee Rap. But when you don't know Coogee Rap, that sounds like a made up name. Like if you never heard Coogee Rap,
it is a made up name.
Technically it is, but it sounds like I'm making it up on the spot. Like your name is Cool G Rap. Like that's like what? That's like what's that new guy? The white dude, the tall white dude.
MGK.
No. G-Eazy. That's like
stupid.
Stupid name. Stupid as fuck name.
I remember fucking Aaron put me on to Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
And I was like, that name, I was like, who is that? I thought it was a bum nigga. Cause that's terrible.
You know what's funny? I would like the name Slaughterhouse if it was one person.
No.
I would like it.
It would be better.
Yeah.
Also, all the niggas in that group overrated also.
You think so?
Actually, let me think about this. Joel, Royce.
Overrated?
Crooked
all of them?
And Joe and Royce. They're good.
Oh wow, that's crazy. That's not where I was gonna go.
Joel is definitely because I remember when they assembled that group, it's like, oh, super lyricist group.
That's exactly what that face and everything.
Super duper lyricist. You know what I mean?
Mad over rapping.
Mad over rapping. And then Joel's like, yo, I'm Puerto Rican on every verse. This is hip hop. Joel Ortiz is one of them niggas that I'm gonna say this is hip hop all the time, and hip hop heads is gonna respect it.
Yeah, because and then when he came out with that song, I don't know if it was his song or his Slaughterhouse song, the RNS real nigga shit. That's his. I think that's his song, but it might be. But anyway, he's on the hook, and when I heard that song, I was like, this is the most Joel Ortiz song I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah. Like, RNS, real nigga shit. I was like, oh, okay, all right, calm down.
I was about to make a joke about how he has he's the type of nigga to have a song about like being out in the bodega and how New York niggas get down and like just telling like oh yeah, we're here in New York, we got Tim's on and we do. I think he does actually have a song like that.
Oh yeah, well he has an album that's that.
Yeah,
like,
get out of here.
It was funny you said that because I was actually gonna say everybody. Well, Crooked Eye, I feel like he's. I feel like out of all of them, Crooked Eye is actually. I don't think he's overrated. I think he is what he is, but I actually like Crooked Eye for what he is.
I think it's too rapidy rap.
You think Crooked Eye? I think out of all of them, he's the least rapidy rap.
What?
Well, I'm saying I'm also excluding Joe.
I think Joel is the least rapidy rap. He's the most talk about rapidy rap shit in his lyrics, but he's the most rap about rap. Yeah.
Okay.
But I think like Crooked Eye's rhyme scheme. You know how Elzai rhymes with the whole I'm a rap and like I have this style that I'm gonna stick to no matter what. So I'll just throw these words.
You
in
throw
here,
filler words in there.
Yeah. I feel like that's Crooked Eye.
Okay, I get it.
I feel like Royce is solidified. You can't really knock Royce too much. And then,
I don't like Royce.
I know.
Man, I don't.
And then I think that and this is probably because like he's the most of my time. Is I rock with Joe Budden the most, or I rocked with Joe Budden the most.
Yeah, Joe is
and
nice. Jersey. Joe is Jersey. Bitch, we is blood. Jersey. Joe is nice. I just hated his artistry. Like I hated
You hate him talk about breakups all the time.
Yeah, just more. I didn't mind it. It's more about like the beat choices. I feel like he just didn't pick things that fit him the right way, to me at least.
You wish that he would shut the fuck up with those depressing ass songs. Because summertime, get some fucking pussy and go home.
Yo, it's so funny.
Lil B murdered him, by the way.
You said, oh, Lil B, yeah.
You murdered that nigga.
It's like funny to think about, like, Lil B, Lil B. I think about Lil B almost every day. Pause. I think about Lil B almost every day because every day, like I usually at some point watch some type of or run into somehow some sports highlight thing, and normally in it you're going to see Russell Westbrook, and when I see Russell Westbrook, the first thing I think about is
like a sandwich.
Is Russell? Lil B said that Russell Westbrook looks like a sandwich.
And he wasn't wrong.
And he was not wrong. That's the thing that we need to take away from this, because a lot of people make roast. Because I don't like roasting. I think roasting is not funny, right? Right, and so but that was so good because it's so true.
We've all seen the generic lettuce bologna sandwich with the two toothpicks with the olives on it.
Me and you have never talked about this, and we vision the same thing. And me and Tim had this conversation, and he said the same thing. He said, "Yeah, with the olives at the eyes."
The olives at the eyes. Yeah.
That
is Russell Westbrook. Put a zero on his jersey.
Yo, son. That shit. So every time I see that, I always think of Lil B. Every time, I just cannot. I think about a sandwich. I think
that's
about
respectable.
Right?
I got you.
You have to
unpause.
Yo, man, Lil B was little. Lil B
He's
was
a hip hop legend.
Hip hop legend. Yo, classic.
And I'm not even joking about that.
No,
like when people say like TPain is a. You want to call him? I call it hip hop. TPain is legendary.
Yeah, in hip hop. Yeah. I thought you were about to say he's not. I was about to say, what are you saying?
No. I'm saying like that's the same shit. I feel like Lil B doesn't get respect. I feel like TPain doesn't get his respect.
Yeah. Because TPain is
changed the game.
Changed the game. He changed where rap, or I should say hip hop music in general. TPain changed where hip hop music was going. He brought apparently Chris Brown was the first person to do the auto-tune thing. I think. Was he? I think I heard him say that before, that Chris Brown was the first. Like, he just used it.
Were used like Genuine is like used auto-tune. People used to throw auto-tune in there like here and there.
Yeah, but I think if they said like to the degree that he did it, I could be wrong about this, but I remember him saying something about him hearing Chris Brown do it, and then he got an idea and he went and took that and built some new thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but you see where the game went after that. People was like, oh, extra, because people used to just use slight overtune. Auto-tune is kind of just like
it was overtune. Like when Lil Wayne was doing that shit, that was overtune.
That shit sounds crazy. That's my Lil Wayne impression.
This nigga just a fucking mountain goat. What the fuck was that?
Goats are fucking weird, but that's besides the point.
Eminem is not the goat to whoever, because we was talking about rap, but yeah, keep going.
But yeah, back to Lil B. Lil B changed like rap, like at an underground level. Like people was like, oh, I don't got to be that serious. Like I don't got no, not even like serious. Like I don't got you. Like we was talking about like over rapping, like where you care about every bar so much, where you're doing too much. You're like, I gotta find a word to fit in here because I need to have it's a 4-syllable rhyme scheme. So I gotta find this word to go right here. So people say things like grammatically incorrect just to make it rhyme, or they'll just throw in a word or throw in a curse word randomly in there.
He was also the I feel like he changed the whole the internet game with hip hop.
Oh yeah,
like he was an internety ass nigga. He was social media ass nigga.
Yeah,
like
also just like this, everybody got this from him. The name of the song is
something stupid,
something random. No one was doing that before Lil B.
Yeah.
This song is Timmy Turner because I mentioned it one time in the song.
Yeah,
that's it.
Didn't you have to say it? Also, my like Lil was always a thing. But Lil B being present with that shit, I feel like all the SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Like you look at Lil Pump, all these guys are Lil Pump, fucking like early like Lil Uzi Vert and all this stuff. They're all branches from Lil B mixed in with other people like Lil Wayne and things like that. Young Thug, like they're mixing it, but it's Lil B. That shit is Lil B. That's what it is.
Classic.
Yo, Lil B so he ended a song by just saying Chris Humphries. He just said it. That's how he ended the song.
You know what's crazy? We're old, and I be thinking about like how like my kids are not gonna know certain music.
Yep.
Like they're not gonna know Dipset the way that I know Dipset. Or what. I was listening to a podcast and it was talking about how Joel was talking about how he was 18 and lives a crazy. I was like, dang, yo, that's mad long. He was 18 and lives a crazy life.
And live a crazy life.
He's old as fuck now.
Yep.
But
he's on crack or some shit.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like missing teeth and all this craziness.
Yeah. But like they're not gonna be listening to Dipset, and that was like my high school experience. But they're not gonna know Lil B either. I feel like they're not gonna know that Hose was on his dick because he looks like Jesus.
Because he looks like Jesus.
Not gonna know that he had tiny pants, bitch.
Yo, I remember when I first heard Tiny Pants, bitch. I was like, I listened to it, I was like laughing, and then like I went back and I was like, wait, what exactly did I listen to? And so I went back and listened to it while looking at the lyrics. He said, I interracial date and I date other race and I fuck with other races. That's what he said in the same bar.
He said, ask my main bitch if she's hungry. Spanked her. What does that mean? Like,
he said, I interracial date and I fucks with other races.
Bill Bellamy.
Girls love my penis. That's the next thing he says after that line. Yo, he said those two lines. Then he says, "Girls love my penis," and then the very next line, you know what it is? I set great examples. That's the next thing he says.
You know what else he used to do that was godly?
Genius.
That he like in all of his videos or some shit, like he would have like those captions. It'd be like quotes. Like Tupac taught me how to rap. It'd be like Lil B. The internet was the internet. He was the first nigga interneting for real. And
then like he started that whole movement.
To talk about how Eminem is the fuck out of here.
Yo, son, like, and then he did a great marketing thing, like where he made his fans promote him indirectly. Yeah. So like I don't know if you follow him on Twitter.
Yeah,
but he does that.
He follows me. You know.
Okay. So, you know. He does that thing where he makes like where girls like write "I love Lil B" on their feet.
Yeah.
And just post it, and then it just gets reposted, and he's just like, this guy puts out a song like now he's put a song out like once every fucking 3 years or some bullshit like that. Yeah. Like, and I rocks with it.
He's the man.
I thought What You Go was gonna be. I mean, he still is big, but I thought Riff Raff was gonna be bigger. I thought he was gonna internet it up better, but I guess he's just living his life and just chilling. But Riff Raff at one point was starting to tick on the internet wave.
I never really thought that he was about to pop off like that, just because
he made Rap Game Einstein, so that's just I gotta say.
I'm not saying
on his album Rap Game Mona Lisa. So just so we have some context for the rest of this conversation.
My favorite Riff Raff shit was when he was on that joint with Ebro and Rosenberg freestyling, and he was really coming off the top.
Oh yeah.
He said he benched 350 in the front yard, and Ebro got pissed. you don't bet 350 in the front yard, yo. and he was like, and Rosenberg was like, yo, I don't know, man. Look at him. And he went like this. And I was like, this that nigga,
I rock with Riff Raff, yo.
I mean, but I knew, yo, people think you can't, I don't think you could really white and have sustained success in the game, except for Eminem.
Yeah.
Think about the people that just white it up.
Yeah,
unless you die. Because like people wasn't really rocking with Mac Miller, and then he died. Then it was like, yo, Mac Miller gone too soon, my nigga. Like,
yo, son, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, it's so funny. I actually don't like when we talk about hip hop a lot. And we talked about this whole time. I actually already saw this coming.
Turn this shit into the JP.
But it's that's a big thing that annoys me with these fake ass, fair weather fans on the internet. It's like I'll say this straight up. I always liked Nipsey Hussle as him. Like I always listened to his marketing thing because nobody was listening to his music.
I was not listening to his music.
Nobody was listening to his music. Oh, I'm saying on this side. I'm talking about like in Jersey. Yeah. Nobody was rocking.
I know like 3 people that was like Nipsey Hussle fans for real.
I knew Korb really rocked with Nipsey and Zane, my barber. Mm-hmm. I knew he rocked. I knew Zane rocked with because he's actually from West Coast. I knew Zane rocked to him so much that when the shit first happened that he got shot, I went to Zane's page to find out if it was real. I didn't even go to Google. I went to Zane's page. Mm-hmm. And then when I seen him ranting, and I was like, oh, yep, that shit's real. That's just not no some like those fucking internet pranks. And so it's like Now nonstop, I'm seeing all these people playing these Nipsey songs, and it's like cool. Stream these songs, like it goes to a good cause. That's not what I'm complaining about. It's stop acting like
you like the idea more than the music.
Yes, you like the look of it more than the actual music. Stream his music, do that. Feed his kids, cool. Yeah. But like you're definitely doing it for the look. You was never listening to Nipsey. It's like chicks is listening to Nipsey Hussle. Get the fuck out of here. You was not listening to Nipsey Hussle.
Because I'm listening to Dedication, and he's talking about doing all this shit about like black ownership and whatnot. Y'all niggas not gonna do none of that shit. Y'all niggas not gonna do. I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad saying this.
Truth is truth.
But niggas not going to do none of it. And if you was already a fan of, actually I shouldn't even say that because you don't have to relate to somebody's message in order to do that. But like after he died, there was all of that. Like, yo, man, we got to do this. We got to do that. I never want to get too deep into that shit unless I check it out with myself. I'm like, yo, am I really about this life?
Yeah.
And if I know, I'm like, yo, I could talk that shit all day.
Yeah.
But you're not really going to do it. And I'm not a Nipsey Hussle fan. Like I like a couple of the songs.
Yeah, exactly.
I went to go listen to Victory Lap after. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, some of this is cool.
Yeah, I remember when that his last album came out. What was it called?
I feel like it's gonna sound like a shot. Yeah. I feel like it's gonna sound like a shot to Nipsey because it's not.
It's not. It just has to do with. It has to do with. What we're saying is not a judgment on his music. His music is good. It's just that's not what.
Yeah, it's not my shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's super West Coasty. That's not.
And Mac Miller's never been my shit.
Yeah, but, never.
Like, if you get shot or you die because of drugs,
it's
shit about to blow up.
Yo, it's the thing is like this. Like, where does it come from? Where it's like where people feel like they have to attach themselves to these events because that's really what it's about. And it's like there's people that, of course, there's people that like Nipsey, and there's also people that never even heard Nipsey, and this whole event. Shed a light on him for them. You know what I'm saying? It exposed his music to them. That was the first time that they were forced to kind of interact with his catalog. And that's cool and that's fine and dandy. But I don't know, something about every time somebody, like you said, sometimes every time somebody dies, immediately everybody's random.
I'm gonna try to tap into the psyche of the people that do that shit. I feel like people don't. I feel like people generally are like contrarians. They need some type of conflict with like the perception of somebody, and if the perception is, or if like the circumstances are totally negative and somebody dying is really the most negative thing that can happen, then there's like pressure to remember them in a positive light, or not even pressure, like an internal pressure, just be like, yo, like everything about them positive.
Yeah.
Because like Nipsey, I don't know anything negative about Nipsey.
No,
but like. I know that like when when Eminem dies, niggas not gonna be talking about how like homophobic his lyrics were, or how he was talking about killing his baby moms or his moms. Or you know what I'm saying? As soon as that nigga dies, like all you gonna have to say is the positive shit about him. So like,
and then all that shit about him being old and corny and all that shit's gonna be out the window. Then everybody's gonna start playing his music nonstop.
Yep.
But like showing it, like they're not just going to listen to it. It's going to be on your Instagram stories. It's going to be on, like, you listen to a bunch of songs. Why is this the song now all of a sudden that you're posting? Because you want to attach yourself to the moment. Yeah. You want to seem like you're deep, and you're fucking not. Just listen to the music. Just chill.
Deep. Yo, because being deep isn't even popping.
It's not.
Being deep is
boring.
Yeah, you know what? It's not boring. Because
I mean, like the person.
What I mean is like, there's a lot of conversations that I wish I could have with people where they would like admit like flaws about themselves, because like that's like interesting to me, because nobody does it. Like, I think that like being deep is interesting, but like within the context of society, for most people, it is boring. Like, you know, that's not a dope way to live. Like,
yeah. See, like that's so like to what I just said about it being boring, like. The person is like person that's like,
is not flowing like the normal fucking podcast.
Yeah, because normally what you goes over here being fucking racist, but that's besides the point.
Should I be racist for the pod?
Fine, it's not gonna hurt me.
You know what I'm saying? Kill Whitey. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Okay, don't do that.
don't do that.
Yeah, but it's like your whole lifestyle is about you being like deep with everything. It's like that's your whole lifestyle. Like that person is boring as shit. Like you got no personality at all. That's all you're doing. Just trying to look fucking deep into everything that comes across your table. It's like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Like just chill. Like you don't want to just eat wings. Like, you know what I'm saying? The fuck.
Also, like you gonna. Because nobody's that way all the time. I sent you that shit where the nigga was trying to justify the shit that Terrence Howard was saying.
Oh yes. Yo,
if somebody hears this, like, put a comment in YouTube if you know what Terrence Howard was talking about and you could explain that shit in a way that makes sense. Let me know.
It's funny. I don't know if I responded to you when you put that in, but apparently, like, his like language is off, but there are some like actual scientists that was like, well, he's saying it's not that bad. That's what I heard Joe Rogan bring it up. Like that scientists were like, some people were like, it's not that crazy. Like what he's saying is like,
who are these scientists though?
I'm just saying that's what they said. So I was like, that should sound crazy to me. And like, just like I saw on YouTube, there was this whole fucking video that had like mad views, and it was like how math can prove that one is actually two. I was like, oh, get this shit out of here, dog. Get it out of here. I don't give a fuck about none of that math that you breaking it down. How
you said one is two?
Yes, like 1 equals 2. Like he broke down it like in math, like some crazy math way. And I was like, no, you're not sucking me into this video. Get the fuck out of here.
There got to be some rule that he's breaking. There got to be some order of operations that he.
Hey man, even my thing is this: even if it's true, somehow mathematically it's correct. Hey, if I have 1 orange and I have 2 orange,
exactly,
those are 2 different things.
And that's what I'm saying.
And so fuck all that other shit. Just fuck it.
Yeah, actually, you know what? You can't dismiss it, because like there's imaginary numbers, and like from what I understand, the concept of imaginary numbers, it doesn't really make sense. But like the idea of like electricity doesn't work without it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, it's the same principle as like 1 orange and 1 orange is 2 oranges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense, but that shit makes sense.
I guarantee you some fucking, like, if they figure out that that's actually true, it's probably some fucking super duper deep nonsense reason of like, because the universe doesn't respect like the difference between like one thing and another. Like
that's what these crazy fake deep motherfuckers would say. Yeah. I hate that. And you know what? Terrence Howard might be right, but this dude was in here talking about pineal glands and seeing through your third eye and like relationships and shit like that. And if you get into like real scientific shit, and Terrence Howard might be right. But all these niggas that want to be down ass niggas, mm-hmm. they'll be like, yo, if you don't understand, then you just don't understand. Yeah. Like, niggas, shut your fucking mouth.
You just not woke.
You not woke.
It's so crazy. But the thing that's wild is like that. Like everybody jokes about the woke stuff, but there are people out there that are really like self-proclaimed woke people. Like,
yeah.
And it's like, that's how you're living your life? That's it?
Well,
That's what you're doing?
I think woke is like anything else where it's like feminism. Like the whole idea of feminism is like the two genders being like represented equally in society and all that shit.
Yeah.
That shit is cool. But then you got people calling themselves like that feminist, and it's really about like female superiority.
Yeah.
But like that's the idea that a lot of people associate with it. I think that there's some people that are woke and it's like reasonable people. And then you got some people that are woke that are like, that shit sounds cool, but let me spice that shit up real quick with my dumbness.
Yeah. Wait, who was that? Who was that I think you posted it in the chat like 2 years ago. Was it B.O.? No. It's a random singer. It was a random singer from like the early 2000s that was sitting in his room breaking down like all like that same type of thing, like Third Eye and Energy.
I think that's the nigga. That's the nigga, the Terrence Howard nigga. He had a beard with gray in it.
No. He was a singer. He was a famous. I just can't think of his name. No, I think it might have been Chingy.
Yeah, it was Chingy.
Yeah, it was Chingy. Yeah.
And all the comments would be like, "Yo, y'all sleeping on this nigga? Like he really talking that shit."
And the whole time, he needs to change the batteries in his fire alarm and smoke detector. That's the thing that just kept. I was like, "You talking about this deep shit? Change the fucking battery." Like that was the shit that was annoying me because the whole time he's like, "Yeah, the third eye," and like this, you're not connecting because the energy from here and the thing just like beep.
Changing the battery is going to interfere with your chakras and shit.
So I was like, yo, you want the chakra ass waking up dead, nigga. Chakra ass in hell.
Yo, I was watching some shit with Janae Aiko, and she was like making some vegan tacos, and with her mom, and they was talking about like fucking like musical healing and fucking chakras and shit, and there was this talk about, and she was like, yo, it's all science. I was like, no, it's the opposite of science. Like, yo, ooh, this shit bugs me out because you could live that way. You could totally live that way, but don't act like the way that you interpret your experiences are like really like tested out experiments or some shit, and you got like this degree on this philosophical nonsense because you don't like you don't have to be proven to be one of these people that just moves off of energy and fucking lives by the book of astronomy and shit.
I saw this quote and I was like, somebody posted because Morgan Freeman was like, the moon affects like the waves, like in the ocean. Mm-hmm. So he was like, so if you think that the moon can affect the ocean, which is so big, right? They don't understand how this works. They go, then imagine what it's doing to the human body, which is smaller or whatever. Right? I'm butchering the quote, but as you said, and I've seen it multiple times where people post that same quote. It's like, if the moon can affect the ocean, imagine what it's doing to the human body, right? Because his explanation for horoscopes and all that bullshit. And it's like, and then like they asked a scientist about this recently, like, and he was like,
I can already see. Okay, but go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm not even going to break it down. He was just like, that's fucking stupid. Like that's
doesn't make any sense. Yo, because like if I'm born in September, in Montclair, New Jersey, and then I'm born in September in fucking Tokyo, Japan, the moon isn't going to be in the same spot.
Not going to be in the same spot. But
like, so how is it going to affect me the same? Am I still, if I'm a Cancer, then am I still the same amount emotional because the moon affects me the same way? No.
That
doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's stupid. And also when I looked into it about how there's not 12 signs, there's 13 signs, but people ignore that 13th one. And like over time, the moon, like things change, like it shifts just a little bit by little bit. So when horoscopes were made, because I forgot how it aligns up, but everything was aligned differently, 3,000 years ago, whenever they made it or whatever. Yeah. So now they're like, wherever you think you land, you actually land a month and a half. So people that are born just like me, I'm technically a Libra.
Yeah, but what's your moon sign though? Right. So, what's your rising moon in your setting Jupiter?
That shit is just like, it's like, whoa, like y'all serious right now? Like that's, and you know what I think happens because mainly women believe in this, and so what happens is, they believe in it, and like usually they're in a community, like their friends and family members believe in it also, and then they pass it down. And I feel like those kids,
like Pittsburgh Steelers fans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so they raised up, and then I think they start subconsciously molding their own personality around these traits that their parents are saying that they have, because they're pointing out these traits. And they're like, oh, she loves her money because, she's a Sagittarius. And then they go, oh, I got to do that because that's my thing.
I mean, I get that, but like my sister believes in this shit and I don't. You know what I'm saying? My parents didn't pass that down to us.
Because you're a man.
But that shit is nonsense, because like what I feel like happens every time somebody, for like, one of two things happens, because of course it would be one of these two things. People either think that I'm a Cancer, or they think that I'm not a Cancer. When I tell them that I'm a Cancer, they'd be like, yo, like that was shocking, or they'd be like, yo, I could see that. And then they start attributing all the things that I do to Cancer. Like everybody possesses all these traits. All of them.
Then none of them are specific. They're all general.
But then once they know your sign, they zone in on that shit. Like, yo, that's something that a Cancer
also you got to do the thing that I do now, is that if I do something, like if I say something silly and somebody laughs and they ask me what my sign is, say something that's so not yours. That's what I do. So, because when I go to VA, there's loads of black women there. They love horoscopes. So I was
Wait, when you go to where?
To the VA, to the VA hospital, I should say.
Oh, okay.
When I go to the VA hospital, there's loads of black women there. They all love horoscopes. And so, like, I went to go get blood done, and the woman was like, she went to say something, and she said something, and I was just brushed it off like with a joke, and then she started laughing. She was like, "Wait, what's your sign?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm a Sagittarius." And she was like, "Cause y'all be doing." And I was just sitting there. I was like, "Okay." I wanted her to read my thing where it clearly says that my birthday's in September. That's what I was waiting for, but it just never happened. She just did my blood work and just kept it moving. And she was just like, "Oh yeah, you're a Sagittarius. My cousin's a Sagittarius, but we don't get along because I'm a thing." I was like, "No, you don't get along with people because you have a bad personality." That's what's happening.
And you don't have a bad personality because of the month that you were born in. That's because it was your fault or your parents' fault or something.
That's like one of my pictures I posted on Instagram. About, and I said in the, like, it was just a picture. It's actually a picture of me and Jeff. And randomly, one of the hashtags is "the moon has no effect on your personality." Mm-hmm. And then this guy that I knew that I was in the army with was like, he was like, "Yes, it does. Like, I don't rock with Geminis. Like, all Geminis I don't rock with, except for my one best friend." I was like, the fuck? You just,
except for the most important person in my life. Yo, you ever had those women like you've been out with like a girl, and they'd be like, "Yo, what's your sign?" And you'd be like, "Yo, such and such," and they'd be like, "Yo, how come everybody that I date is this and that? Yo, I be attracting this and that." So, I really just be wanting to be like, "Yo, check please, she paying for all of it."
Yeah, no, I know. I spoke to this girl not too long ago, like maybe like 2 years ago, and she was saying that she went out on a date with a guy, and I'm pretty sure she said he was a Gemini, and she was like that. She was like, once that ruined the date, and she was like already like done. I was like, "Oh, you're an idiot. That dude was a good. That was a good person." Like,
yeah, but she's not. So
no.
Yeah, so that's what she should have done.
Oh,
because they're not right for each other.
No, you're right. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah. He definitely won.
Good for them. Yeah.
He definitely won
because she needs somebody that's just as much of talking that nonsense.
But yeah, but just like you said, like in my house, like my mom believes in it. Like all the women in my family believe in it. My sister believe in it. I think in a way, sometimes my dad believes in it in certain ways or whatever. And I 100% don't believe.
Well, he's the worst one.
Who?
Your dad.
Oh yeah.
Believe in that certain ways. It's like when people be talking about karma. I hate this shit.
Yeah, because I just found out that I just always hated karma.
Karma doesn't even mean what people say it means.
I just found that out.
Like,
First
of all, you're not Hindi, so like, or I think it is.
It's Hindi, right? Yeah.
You're not that. You don't believe in none of this. So why are you picking out these principles? Because it makes you feel comfortable. Yeah. And karma really is not about you doing right by people, so good things are gonna happen to you.
No.
It's about you maintaining your class in society, and you don't step outside. It's a method of control. When you step back and look at it, it's about control. If you're a farmer, don't try to achieve more than that. Because if you do, that's bad karma. If you aspire for more, that's bad karma, and in your next life, you're gonna be worse off.
Yeah,
like. It don't even have to, it's not even going to come back to you in this life.
No.
So you can fuck people overall. Actually, you know what? Real karma makes sense. Because karma doesn't affect anybody. People do bad all the time, and they be getting money and shit. Yeah. This nigga Donald Trump is prospering. It don't matter.
Yo, fuck Donald Trump. Whitey Bulger. You know who Whitey Bulger is?
That's like you just made that up.
Okay, he's a infamous mob hitman, Irish mob hitman, right, from Boston, right. This guy, you ever seen the movie Black Mass?
Nah.
Okay. Well, okay. Anyway, but the movie's about him. So anyway, Whitey Bulger, right, killed. Like he just died. They dude just killed him like last year. But anyway, he was like, they like linked him to like 19 murders, something like that. But they're pretty sure like he's linked to like damn near 100 murders, right? Yeah. And it's like his hitman just got out of jail because like when he became a boss, he gets hit. Okay. So his hitman just came out, said that he used to kill people and they used to make him sleepy. So every time he would kill somebody, he would have to go take a nap. Like, right? That was his thing. That just
was he busting off in his jeans?
So because I'm learning all about like what is it? Psychosexuality, psychosexual.
Psychosexual, like all these girls are.
Okay, shut up. Oh yeah, that's killing me also. But anyway, I've
been leaning like this. I've probably been out the frame.
No, you're not because Martin leans all the way to the wall, so you're good. Oh, okay. But so anyway,
never mind.
Yo, you're really bad today.
You don't know. So all these jokes might have been fired.
No,
they might have been.
They're all terrible. But anyway, and so like I remember they posted it on Instagram like that when he got arrested not too long ago. Mm-hmm. All this shit killing, all this shit happened like in the 70s and shit like that. Yeah. He like when the FBI like ran down on him, he dipped and they couldn't find him for decades. They couldn't find him. They just found him a few years ago, right? Mm-hmm. And so like and then when he died, like I say, he died like last year or earlier this year, something like that. And like people in the comment was like, yeah, that's that karma for what you get. I was like, he lived a full life. Like, yeah, he got beat to death by another mob guy, like in jail. But like, he was 84. He lived a phenomenal life up until that. He was a mob boss. Like he did whatever he fucking wanted. Everybody was afraid of him. He had this motherfucker won the lottery twice illegally. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? He won the lottery twice, but that's illegally, right? And so he was like, people was winning the lottery. He would find out, strong arm them, and give them money, and be like, "Hey, I won the lottery," and he did it twice. And like he had millions of dollars. He was able to hide out for 30 years. He was only in like San Francisco. Like he wasn't in a hut in the Philippines.
If karma was real, the way that people think about it, then no one would do anything bad ever. It would be something that would be repeatable. You'd be able to see it. You'd be able to control for it.
Yeah.
It would be, you know what I'm saying? Like the universe doesn't care about nobody.
No.
Like I think this is all. It's all like an evolutionary thing where people think that they're more important than they are. Yeah. It's a survival thing. Yeah. You have to think of yourself
because there's no
important.
reason to keep going.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to think about yourself as being important. So you think that like once people get to the point, like evolutionary speaking, when they can contemplate their own existence, they think that they're the most important thing. Yeah. So you just make shit up. Nobody cares about you.
Yeah.
Or at least if they do, there's no way that you could prove it.
Yeah. Like I was explaining to my wife one time, like we got into like a debate, about it because she was like saying how like all that secret shit like the book The Secret, and it's like wishing things into or what is it, what's the term that they use, not wishing it to existence, like speaking it into existence, but it's another term that they like fuck, I can't think of there's a term that they use. I cannot think of it right now. It's like when you see your future, so you not you manifest it. Fuck, I can't think of it. But anyway, that's besides the point.
That shit is real though.
But no, I think it's real, not in the way that they think it's real. I think it's real. Like
people always fuck it up.
Yeah, so it's like this, like this, because it all has to do with confidence and self belief. Yeah. So if you can see your future in your head, you're more likely to keep going and grind and stay focused, and you're also giving yourself, which is the biggest problem that people have, is that they have the lack of confidence. So it gives you, same thing as praying on something. Yeah. It's like it relieves you of the stress and you keep all the confidence.
Having the right mindset for the action that you need to take.
Exactly. That makes sense. But it's not a magical thing that's happening.
Oh no, there's a lot of people think they would go like, if I keep talking about it, then like this thing is gonna land in my lap.
You know what my sister said to me? You want to know what my sister said to me? She said, I'm definitely going to win the lottery because because
speaking into existence.
Yeah, because I'm speaking into existence. I was like, that's not how that works.
Every day with my daily affirmations, when I be in the mirror talking about I'm going to win the lottery, that's
what you're using your daily affirmations to win the lottery.
Yo, I remember what the fuck was I saying? This was dumb long ago when we used to be around the corner all the time at Adrian's house and strong arm for his fucking building.
Yo, we should strong arm for his spot.
And Kyle once came up to me. This before I told him that his mom should get anal beads.
We talked about that 2 episodes ago. whoa. 2 episodes ago, I started speaking fucking Spanish.
And he was, I think I was talking about how somebody dying or some shit. I think I was talking about somebody dying. I think I might have been. This is back when I was in my say whatever bag, and I think I was probably talking about like one of my own family members dying or myself dying or something like that. He was like, "Yo, you know you can speak things into existence, right?" And I was like, "That's no, you can't. Not like that.
No,
not like that. I can't say something about somebody dying and then they're gonna die.
Yeah,
because if I could do that, I'll be killing niggas.
Yeah, I was like, yo, do you understand how many? Yo, have you? I saw this video online about this woman.
This ain't the Death Note, nigga.
About this woman, like she's a witch, and she was like on YouTube explaining her some spell to remove somebody if you have like a friend that you want to remove from your life. That's what it was.
Yeah,
you have to go to like where they work and spit in their work area, then go to their house and spit. Hold
up, stop right there. That bitch is onto something.
And go to their house and spit around their house.
I don't see no flaws in
and
this
then
logic.
take some specific candle after praying or whatever, spelling over it.
I don't even gotta do all that shit.
And I was like,
just spit on their belongings. They'll stop fucking with you. Because I'll let you know. You come to my house, you start spitting on my shit. We not friends no more. Because like, why are you doing that? That bitch is onto something.
Yo, and it's so crazy. And like, women are in the comments like, oh my God, like, because there's this woman that I work with that I need to get. I think that's what it was. I think it was like coworker thing. It's like, I need to get her out of my life. And it's like, yo, women, why can't y'all? First of all, why can't y'all just work together?
That's the point. Why can't you just tell yo, like, I don't rock with you?
Yeah.
Why can't that be it?
Yeah, it's like everything is like so big to them. It's like not that big of a deal. Like it's like just hang out and just chill. Like it's not that serious. Oh my God. Like. And so like I remember
that's really hilarious that there's people out here spitting on shit right now.
Yeah, like you don't know. Like there's somebody that could just every time you leave they go like, this spell gonna work one of these fucking dudes.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
just start spitting.
If you was spitting on your man's dick, then maybe your relationship would be better off. You know okay. Maybe that bitch at work wouldn't stress you out so much because your life at home be way better.
Yeah, because she fucking your man's. But anyway,
she's spitting on that shit. Ask her how to spit better, bitch. Like
yo, so me and my wife got into this debate. Because we were talking about like that type of stuff.
That shit is crazy.
And then she was like, "Yeah, I know it's wild." She goes, like talking about meant to be, things like when people go like it was meant to be, and it's like I hate that because this is what I said to her, and anytime I have these conversations at work, I hate it because I feel like it's easy to say that, like when you're in cool North Jersey chilling and it's like it was meant to be. It's cool to say that, but like if you're born in most places on the earth, that's not a dope saying. Like you can't just say like go to some kid that's like, oh, there's like 30 kids in this village. Most of the world works like this. It's like 30 kids in the village, and like really only 8 of us are going to survive. Yeah. Right? Because half is going to be done because of starvation, half because of they're born with some defect that just they can't live. They're not going to survive whatever season's coming up. Like they're born with some simple thing like you being allergic to something that you can they have allergies also, but when they have it, they just die. Yeah. And it's like it just goes to them. It's like it's just meant to be.
Reality it's not meant to be. Your choices led you to that, but when you live in a place where you're too poor to have any choices, like you know what, it might be true. It might just have been meant to be at that point. but when you living in a place of privilege, then like there was mad peas in there. Then place of privilege. But yeah, mad Percy P lyrics.
He's so stupid. But yeah,
Percy P verse of me is like a murder in the first degree.
Oh my
this
God.
person flee.
Oh my God. He said, I've rapped with knowledge lines compiled in a complex style. Why I say all that?
because that's mad meta. Because he was rapping in a complex style.
Yeah, I rap with knowledge lines.
And he was telling you that these lines
in a complex style.
Yeah.
conveying intricately slaying exile. What are you talking about? But anyway, I like that song. But yeah, and I was like, yeah, that shit's just like it's disrespectful to people out there that's not driving a Grand Cherokee in North Jersey on these nice paved roads, coming back from the mall where we just went pointless shopping. Like, saying that is really highly disrespectful. Just, I love being an American and I love all this shit. Yeah. I'm not gonna. It's totally by luck. There was no effort in me being in this human form that got me here.
And the Aldo shoes that you wanted was sold out, so you copped some other joints and you was like, it's meant to be.
it was meant to be. Like, I remember this fat chick in the back of my class that was eating Cheetos and licking her fingers, and she's actually cute face, but she just terrible diet, probably stress or whatever. But she was cute.
What you assuming that for?
Like, some people just seem like.
Yeah, you're right about these fuzzies.
Yeah, and so like she was just like so she's sitting in the back and she's eating Cheetos, and they were it was a psychology class, and the professor was like, who here believes in does anybody here believe in love at first sight, right? And so right as he says it, because just so you know he doesn't believe that, right? Yeah. But he says that, and right as he said it, one of like his coworkers was walking by another professor, and she walked in like to grab something real fast, and he was like, "Oh, miss, whatever. Like, do you believe in love at first sight?" And she was like, "Yeah, of course." Like, and all the women were like, "Yeah, of course." And she's like, "Yeah, of course." And he was like, oh, wait, aren't you divorced? Right? Yeah. And she was like, yeah. He's like, so like so you had love at first sight twice? She was like, oh no, the first one wasn't love at first sight. I thought it was love at first sight. And I was like, and I literally started pulling my hair. I was like, oh, this is pissing me off. And then like, I was like, because I used to just like get into arguments, like just like cause it's fun. It's fun. Yeah. so I was like, time to boil up this tension. And so I was like, and I always go in there super aggressive. Obviously, you know me. So I was like, yo, if you believe in love at first sight, you're dumb. I have to start it up the right way. All right. Now I'm in here. Now we in here. What you say after that? So then, now the girl in the back of the class.
Did somebody follow up? Did somebody say you talked to somebody first and they said it was going to follow up and they didn't follow up?
That's so funny. That's funny. And so the girl was like, you don't believe in love at first sight? I was like, obviously not, because that's not a thing. I was like, if you want to find somebody that's right for you, you have to go out there and find them. Sometimes it lands on your lap. Sometimes it does. But a lot of times you got to go out there and find it. It's like, sometimes that means that some of you women have to shoot your shot, because sometimes the guy is shyer than whatever, or he might be in a situation where he's not going to go out of his way to talk to you. He might have a girlfriend that he's on the rocks with, but he still won't converse with you right then because he's faithful.
Or he might have a girlfriend that he's on the rocks with, so he is going to talk to you, and you're going to be in love at first sight, and he's just going to be fucking you until his baby moms act right.
Yeah. Because so he could be your boyfriend, but you're not his girlfriend.
Exactly.
And that's how that works, right? Yeah. Anything could come from it. And you've
been in that situation, so why you still believe in it?
And she was like, no, I believe predestined. That's what she said. She's like, I feel like I'm predestined for my husband. I was like, hey man, have you been outside? Do you know how many think about every single woman that you know over 30, they don't want to be single over 30. Like none of them. Like if they had a choice, entitled, yo. I was like, yo, this is crazy. It's like, stop believing in this. Go out there, find you the right man, and do your thing. Like,
yeah. Also, I think what also needs to happen is people need to get out of this space where, and I feel like we spent like a lot of time just talking about how dumb people are and all this shit. People got to stop acting like everybody is so terrible. Everybody that's not like you is so terrible. Like this whole like PC world has gotten us into a space where we're like way less tolerant than I remember.
Yeah.
Like if you're a man, women aren't necessarily all that bad. If you're a woman, men aren't all that bad. You making it worse by just putting yourself in that mindset where everybody's a piece of nonsense.
Yeah.
Because like once you do get into that space, like you're talking about like, oh, like women over 30 that are single or whatever. I know all those women are like talking to their friends about how men ain't shit.
Yeah. Yeah. And how they don't need a man.
Yeah. I mean, like that's cool, whatever, because you don't. But like every time
but if you don't need one, you just don't need one. You don't need to talk about it.
That's true. That's very true. Every time I catch myself in that frame of mind where I'd be like, like women do this or women do that, I'll be like catching myself like, yo, why does that? There are some women that are out there like that, but I shouldn't be concerning myself with that because that's not the type of woman I want to be with anyway.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's just nonsense thinking. Yeah. Like I've been very aware of my thoughts. I've been trying to be very aware of my thoughts the last couple of years. I've been getting better at it. I've been able to, instead of me thinking 2 hours about some fucking nonsense made up situation in my head, like now I'll catch it at like. Now I could catch it in like 3 minutes, which is good.
Now you catch it at an hour 59. You know what I'm saying? Baby steps.
Progress, yo.
Fucking my homegirl was talking about how her mom used to tell her how all men are trash. You just got to find the one with the golden trash bag or some shit. Like they're all gonna be garbage, but like, oh my God. But like you just got to find like the one that's like not as garbage. Like why do you want to be with niggas?
Yeah, like
that's just a toxic way of thinking.
Exactly. Like
you're always going to be defensive in your relationship. Like that's just whack.
Yeah,
why you're setting yourself up for failure.
And also what you just indirectly said was that, or I should say, teaching. One, you're telling yourself that you're perfect and everything is always on the man, and then you're teaching that to this young girl. I can't remember if you said her niece or whoever it was.
Nah, it's her daughter. It was her mom. Like my homegirl was talking to her mom, and her mom said,
"Oh yeah." So I'm talking about the mother. So so she's talking to her daughter. Now she's teaching her daughter that you're perfect because you come from me. You're perfect.
No, you're perfect because you're a woman.
Yeah.
And men are whack because they're not.
Yep. And so just know that you're better than all of them, and then you just got to choose the best out of the trash. And it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Like that doesn't even make any sense. Like it doesn't make any sense. And I'm not just coming at women because black people do this, white people do this, straight people do this, gay people do this.
Every group does it.
Yeah.
It does not matter.
Everybody except for straight black men. You know what I'm saying? We're actually I'm playing.
If we start going down that road, like, we're perfect.
Yeah. Let's get this black perfection bag.
Yo, you know what's actually funny that you I meant to put this in the chat yesterday. It's so funny to me how
let me throw that in.
Defensive. No, whoa, what'd you just say?
I'm saying everybody except for straight black men with beards.
Oh, I thought you said we are bears, like the gay term, and I was like, yo, you're bugging right now.
I'm not. I don't know how you rock.
So anyway,
you got shoulder hair and shit.
So anyway, I do have shoulder hair. But anyway, like it's so funny to me, like when I witness it, like how black women don't like any jokes from non-black women. That shit is so funny to me. Like I was at my rental office yesterday or 2 days ago, and I'm in the office. This black woman comes in and she's like she's coming in to check out a spot, right? And so the woman that's helping me is an Italian woman, about my age, right?
We have to talk about that.
Okay. So she gets up. So she goes to the woman asked for a tape measure, right? Mm-hmm. So the black woman asked for a tape measure. She's like, "Do you happen to have a tape measure?"
This joke before it comes.
Yeah, that's stupid. But anyway, so she gets so she goes, "Actually, I do have one." She's like, "Oh, thank you." And so she takes it and she goes
about her wild. This is all involving tape measures. Keep going.
Okay. So so the Italian lady has the tape measure and she goes, "I'm gonna be honest with you. I stole this, so it's technically not mine, but like you can use it, but like I would like it back type of thing, like just like joking." And then so she goes, "Oh, give it to her, like to the person that's about to show her the thing, like show her the apartment." Yeah. And so the Italian woman gives it to her coworker, and then she goes, "Oh yeah, just be like me." She was like, "Or you could be like me or something like that, and steal a tape measure or something like that, like just making like a joke, like just joking." And the black woman was like, actually, like so serious, totally unnecessary. Was like, "Actually, I'm a kitchen designer," like. So much attitude, and I was just sitting there, and then like the lady.
To do with anything? I thought it was going to be a good joke, and in a relevant response.
I was like, and then so like the lady just like was like, oh really, you are? And she was like, yeah. She walked out, and I was like, and I sat there because she's like copying stuff, and I was like, that's just brewing on her. The Italian lady is brewing on her. I was like, she gonna say something? And I'm smiling. I'm just watching her, okay. And then she just sits there and she just turns around. She's like. She's a fucking kitchen designer and doesn't have a fucking tape measure. What the fuck is she talking about? I was like, she says that attitude pissed off. But it was like, I'm probably missing something in there. But like her response, even no matter what it was, like her response of like, actually, I'm a kitchen designer, really was, that attitude was super unnecessary. It was like, she was just like, I'm not joking with these white bitches. That's definitely what was in her head. Yeah. She walked in and was like, these bunch of white bitches, I'm not rocking with them.
I feel like that comes, I feel like that's, I'm not even gonna try to relate to anybody that's not like me.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's super wild. That's not a way that you should maneuver through.
It's
through
not.
Life.
It's the path of least resistance, but you got to check that behavior.
Really?
Like,
you got to try to be somewhat self-aware, because that's crazy. Like it was like, it's not like she is. I could understand. I would have gave her the pass if when she first pulled out the tape measure, she was like,
I do that all the time.
She was like, don't go stealing this. Like, if that's what the first thing you do,
don't go stealing this, nigga. Yo, I really wish that's what it said, yo.
Oh man, that would have been cut. It would have been like cut scene and just that chick getting like flown to the hospital. That chick would have whipped her ass, yo. And so, it's like like it's like the funniest side note, getting off track right now. The funniest cutscene I've ever seen. Obviously you know what a cutscene is, right? Okay, just making sure. For people that listening,
people that don't know what a cutscene is.
There's people that don't know what a cutscene is, but cutscene is like when you're watching. Like in a movie or a TV show, and it's like something happens and it immediately goes to another like event. Like, instead of showing you like the progress from one event to another, it cuts.
I really hate that you're explaining this right now,
but people don't know. Like, trust me, I've had to explain this because me and my roommate Nick, we used to always say, because we thought cutscenes were hilarious, so we used to always be like cutscene, something, and people used to be like, "What the fuck is a cutscene?"
Who's your demo?
Human beings that we see in life.
Who are these niggas anyway?
So anyway, the funniest cutscene I've ever seen in my entire life. This is how we found out that we both rock with cutscenes. Was in Simpsons. Okay. Right? In Simpsons, there was the episode where randomly Lisa gets a crush on the bully dude. I can't think of his name. Nelson. One episode she just randomly has a big crush on him. Right?
Yeah.
And so she just realizes it. Like, wait, like. Do I have a crush on Nelson? Like, this is crazy. What the fuck? He's the total opposite of the guy that I want. Like, I want a smart, intelligent guy, blah, blah, blah. So once she realizes this at recess, when they're back in class, she writes a note. And she writes on the note, "Do you like me?" Like, with a smiley face. And it's like, yes or no. And then she passes it up. Oh, no. She gives it to Milhouse, yes. Yeah, she gives it to Milhouse. It goes, give it to
this, but like, generic shit.
Simpsons, yeah. So she gives it to Milhouse, and then she's like, "Give this to Nelson." And he's like, "All right, cool." And so the next scene is the note being passed all the way up to class, and then you just see Nelson get it and open it up and sees the note, like, "Do you like me?" Smiley face, yes or no. And he just looks back, and Milhouse is looking through.
Milhouse, yeah.
And then he just twinkling his fingers, and like hi. And then the next scene is him getting rushed to the ambulance, and there's blood all over his face. Yo, I was screaming. I really just went back watching it nonstop. I could not stop laughing.
That is the most basic joke ever.
It's so basic. Yo. It's so basic, but that shit was so funny, yo. Because he was like, "Did this nigga just ask me if I like it?" You asked the school bully if he's gay? Like,
but why didn't she put a fucking name on it? This bitch is supposed to be dumb smart.
But also, he's an idiot too, because she definitely wanted him to do like a hand-to-hand transaction. Like, Lisa wanted to give this to you. You don't just pass the note like up through class, you idiot. Like,
first of all, never mind. I mean, well, Milhouse should be doing some troll shit and just like circling whatever the fuck, or like writing something in a note and acting like it's from Nelson. He should be fucking the game up.
That's true, because he does love Lisa. That's right.
Does he?
Oh yeah.
He should be fucking it up just because it's hilarious. He should be.
Just for comedic purposes.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, man.
Just like when Mark should have let Wes pour that coffee on his pancakes, and he didn't do that.
Did y'all tell that story on this podcast?
Yes, we did. Fucking God, yeah.
That shit gets me tight every time.
Yeah, for real. Like, sometimes it really. I think that actually hindered me and Mark's friendship, because like I was like, I can never trust him to that degree. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I could trust like you, Corb, and Tim, like, to a certain degree because of so many years of friendship and through stuff. It's like Mark is not really there because of stuff like that.
And that's a sign of his true character, because it's not something that you have to think about. Like, yo, is this the right thing to do? You know what I mean? Like to let him, because don't get it twisted. The right thing to do is to let him pour that coffee on his waffles or pancakes.
Yeah.
Or whatever. His
pancakes, yeah.
That's the right thing to do.
No. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
There really is. He created a new option. Like it didn't exist.
In a split second, his decision was, he didn't even make the decision. That's just what he just did, like off reaction, is to save Wes in that situation, and you don't do that.
Yeah.
Like that's just unacceptable.
Unacceptable. It really made me question my friendship with him. I was like, that's crazy. You should know better instinctually to let him pour coffee on his pancakes.
Especially because Wes, he's gonna eat it.
That's what we say. That's what I say every time, because you know he's gonna eat it, and you know he's gonna pretend that he loves it.
He's gonna pretend,
and also,
he's gonna be like, "Yo, y'all don't put fucking coffee on it."
Also, I was about to say, he's going to act like he's always done it. He's going to say,
y'all bugging, yo.
I've always put coffee on my pancakes. He's going to say that. He's going to say, I've always put it. He goes, y'all just not paying attention. I've definitely put coffee on my pancakes.
Y'all been with me for this long,
and y'all
never see me put. Yo, that's crazy.
That's crazy. I've done this so many times. And then also he wouldn't even do it the aggressive way. He'll try to do the passive way. Like, wait, y'all. Wait, you never saw me? Wait, hold up. You never saw me put coffee on my... For real? Wow, that's kind of crazy that you never saw that thing that I always do. Like, that's exactly how you act. And he really stopped that.
Come on, yo. I mean, it's still... No. I was like, yo, it's still a story, but this is a sad story. This is the one that got away.
yo, is the Great White Buffalo. This is the one that got away.
This. Oh, I was about to say her name.
Oh yeah. Don't say whatever you're about to say. Don't say.
And people in Montclair rock with this shit. Like that's most who rocks with this shit. Or
actually,
like,
no, but just it's actually it's half random people, and then like people we know, and then army people and stuff. Oh, okay. Like that. But just to be safe, don't say the name.
Back when it was Superior off Orange. You know what I'm saying? Y'all used to just talk about nothing but Montclair shit.
Yeah. Fuck all that.
That would have been fucking crazy.
Yeah. But it's like yeah, but like stuff like that is just like you should really know better.
Yeah.
You should really know better that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. You got to let the funny play out.
Yeah.
Like
it's because it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he's pouring fucking
battery acid on this shit. Matter of fact, if he was pouring battery acid on it, then that'd be cool too.
Speaking of batteries,
just stop him from eating it.
It's so funny. We're way over time, but I don't give a fuck. You know what's so funny?
We're just talking.
This guy at my job was giving sex advice.
That's not what I thought you were gonna say.
And listen to this. He said that you want to try some freaky shit with the lady, that you put some cocaine on a battery and then lick the battery and then lick her ass so you don't taste her ass. And they were I wasn't there for the initial talk.
Wait, when was this?
This happened like last week one day, and then I heard about it 2 days later. And then they were like,
wait, and who said this? Is an old person?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
But here's the thing: when they finally said it to me, I was like, first of all,
you just eat the ass.
Don't do that. But anyway, I was like, first of all, I know what he's trying to say, and he's trying to act like that's his thing that he does. He heard a variation of that one day, and then mixed it all up and then said that.
Wait, so what's the thing? Do the coke, lick the battery, and lick the gir's ass? Or lick the coke off the ass?
Because I've heard something with the battery before. I don't know how the coke played into this. I feel like he just added that shit in there. But I've never heard something about a battery before.
These 3 ingredients is not playing well.
I feel like he heard somebody talk about stuff and then was like, ooh, they think I don't get no pussy. Watch, I'm gonna hit him with this, and he just said a bunch of, and everybody was like, "What?"
When do you? Yo, I can see coke and ass, and like you know what I'm saying. People do that.
Yeah.
Right. Why do you just got these batteries on deck?
What did the battery say?
Yo, niggas don't be like, oh, okay, like I got shorty coming through. I'm about to cop some coke because he about to get wild. You know what I mean? And let me stop by CVS. And like, you know what I mean? Like hit the racks before you get to the cashier. Like just go straight up and get the 4-pack. Yep. The double A's. You know what I'm saying? Because we really gonna get wild.
Hey, I don't understand. I was like,
no condoms though.
I don't know. Some people are fucking weird, man.
Yeah. Also back to my original point. You just eat the ass.
All right, man. All right. This has been a good episode. We're going to close out on that. Hit us up on social media. Type Kind of Well everywhere. If you want photos, this fucking guy. If you want to get your butt ate, this guy.
It depends.
It depends on if you're a guy.
Yeah, because if you're
a guy, then it's yes.
No.
Okay, all right. Thank you guys for listening. Fuck you, Mark. You're in Atlanta. Die. Bye.